She just put 2 extra ice cubes in her drink, but the cup mysteriously cracked open. The woman was still unaware of this, and even more coincidentally, the spilled water happened to drip onto the computer. Guess what happened next? Only then did the woman realize something was wrong when she leaned in to take a closer look. The shards instantly pierced her throat, but the sparks ignited the alcohol on the floor, and the reason she was so unlucky was because she should have been dead. She just happened to be saved by her student, and it all happened a few days ago. She was taking her students on a trip. Suddenly, one of the boys noticed that all flights had been cancelled for no apparent reason, except for theirs, which was departing his schedule. A series of strange coincidences followed. His birthday was September 25th, and the flight was scheduled to depart at 9:25 a.m. Combined with the word terminal on the large screen, it seemed to foreshadow the end of his life. Even the music on the PA system suddenly changed. Coincidentally, the song's composer had died in a plane crash. He still boarded the plane with a glimmer of hope. He sat slumped in his seat, his nerves taut, especially after seeing the old wings outside the window, which made him even more uneasy. But just then, 2 female classmates suddenly interrupted his thoughts, asking to switch seats with him. Alex agreed without hesitation. After moving to the new seat, the small table in front of him fell down. As he pushed it back into place, the button on the table broke. At first, he didn't pay much attention to it, but as the plane began to taxi, his heart began to race. Fortunately, the plane eventually took off successfully, and as tense nerves gradually relaxed, the classmates began to cheer for the trip. But they could never have imagined that the final destination of this journey would be hell. Because shortly after takeoff, the plane suddenly began to shake violently. The short-circuited lights began to flicker on and off, and then the oxygen masks popped out. But now these were useless. Soon, sparks began to fly throughout the cabin, and then even the cabin door was separated. Now the situation was completely out of control. The teacher could only watch as the students fell, but their ultimate fate was the same. The scene shifted, and Alex woke up from his dream, looking at the girl asking to switch seats. He immediately realized that this might not be a dream, so he hurriedly jumped to the exchanged seat. Sure enough, the table latch was broken, just like in his dream. At this point, his classmates couldn't stand it anymore. Jack didn't like Alex, so he walked up and punched him. They were kicked off the plane for causing trouble, and several classmates and teachers were also affected. However, they would soon be relieved. The girl in the back seat seemed to sense something, so she also got off the plane. The security guards then took them to the rest area, and the captain did not allow anyone else to board the plane, but the teacher immediately panicked. There were only 2 teachers accompanying the group. Now they had been forced off the plane too. They couldn't let the students go to Paris alone, so she pleaded with the captain. Finally, the captain agreed to make an exception and allowed one of the 2 teachers to reboard. Alex then told the teacher everything. He said he had foreseen the plane explosion. The feeling was too real. It was nothing like a simple nightmare. Watching the plane take off smoothly before his eyes and listening to Alex's nonsense, Jack, furious, couldn't take it anymore. He accused Alex of delaying them because of a stupid nightmare. He then mocked Alex as a coward, so they started fighting again. Fortunately, the security guard pulled them apart in time. However, while they were arguing, the unexpected happened. Unexpectedly, the plane really did explode.